Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheney180, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Medicom Mafex Harley Quinn Suicide Squad dress version figure. Now, to be said, this is definitely a lot better than the Mattel version, so that's good. Everything looks pretty decent on it, except for like the way the dress looks from the front. It makes her like torso look really wide. And as you can tell from the back, it's not really like that. We've got the tattoos all over here, as you can see. A lot of this is soft and you can move it around. We've got the high heels and whatnot, tattoos along the arms. Fairly decent hair painted there, as you can see. It doesn't look too bad. The face sculpt doesn't look all that bad. You could probably utilize it as maybe, some kind of comic version or whatnot. But let's go ahead and get into the accessories before we get into the articulation. So she comes with a bunch of different hands. And we have two different trigger holding hands here. It would have been nice for her to come with at least one gun. That would have been cool. Maybe that was offered in another figure that I missed. I don't know. As you can see here, though, she's got all the rings and everything going on there. The fingernail polish and all that. We've got another holding hand here, which looks like it probably comes for, or is utilized with her hammer or bat that comes with the other figure. And it looks like this is probably going to be utilized for that bat as well, which is kind of cool. So you can swap off the accessories and whatnot. And then you have another holding hand here. And she also comes with this alternate head that goes to the other figure with this little bubblegum blowing gimmick that you just peg into the lips here. Now the first time I tried it, it worked fairly well. And the second time I tried it, now it works just fine. You can see where she's like blowing, I guess, the bubblegum bubble there. I don't know, I wish it was colored a little bit. That would have been cool, but it still looks neat. Like I said, I still need to pick up this figure. And she comes with an extra little bubble here, I guess just in case you lose the other one. And also we get this scuba gear-esque Batman head, which is cool because it's neat that they add in these extra things and make you want to buy the other figures. I don't think I probably would have bought the other one had it not come with this head here. So now I'm going to have to buy it. So let's go ahead and get into the articulation of this figure. The head turns that way or left and right easily. Looks up about that far, which isn't too bad. Looks down about that far. And the hair is a soft rubbery piece, so you can get it to budge a little bit. The shoulders, I don't really necessarily like how they did this. We've got a really long ball peg, which leaves a lot to see there. And when you go to move it down, it just instantly yanks the shoulder down. So you got to constantly pop it back up to keep that line. And it works in some ways, whereas others it doesn't. Your bicep swivel is going to be here. And, you get plenty of motion in the arms. They can go up pretty far. Down, around, you can bend it, to utilize that bicep swivel. We've got double hinged elbows, which gets you about that much motion there. I think the other one gets a little bit better. Not so much. And then we've got, these ball pegs here, or hinges in the wrists. So you can get the hands to move pretty much however you want. But it really kind of breaks up the sculpt. And I know it's hard to do when you're dealing with, basically all flesh on the figure for the most part. Now you've got an upper torso here, or upper torso joint here, and then a lower torso joint here. And when you bend it forward, it always wants to pop out. And since we've already got that out, we can see how the articulation goes. It utilizes that drop down method, as you can see, so you can get a little bit extra movement there. But getting this back together is kind of a pain. let's go ahead and just look at the articulation then. So if the dress wasn't prohibiting movement, she's got plenty of movement there, which is fairly decent. Let's see if I can get that. As you can see, we've got a double ball peg in there, and this just snaps to that. But with all these tassels, they kind of get in the way. All right, there we go. So without popping it off, we move forward about that far, and we've popped off the ball peg again. This is a problem. But I don't think you're going to be moving the figure all that much, hopefully. Okay, we're back on now. So you can turn, but the dress prohibits it all the time. I mean, you've got the articulation there. I almost would have rather they just sculpted the dress on to these pieces so that you could have utilized that articulation. I don't necessarily agree with the way they did that. You know, it would have probably worked out a little bit nicer. Plus, it would have looked better. It would have looked more sleek. I know it's supposed to hang a little bit, but you've got all of this area here, and it seems like you could, you should just kind of pull it up a little bit to get it to work. But so moving to the legs, they go up with no problems really because of that drop down method, and you can kind of buckle it up and trying to make it work. But this dress just gets in the way all the time. It just, I mean, heck, maybe they should have even made it cloth or something like that. So moving to this articulation here, we've got that T-joint in there, and the legs move out, no problem. So you can do splits, no problem. And that popped out again. Okay, so we got that all back together again. Yeah, that's really a pain in the butt. I don't like that at all. So the legs move up about, that far, and you can utilize the drop down, as I've said many times already. We've got double hinge knee. You get, goes all the way. Looks nice. You've got a swivel in the thigh in there as well, as you can see. And then you get like a little bit of ankle pivot there, but not much back and forth. I mean, you can push it a little bit, try to, make it look like she's walking. But for some reason, I just don't like the way the knees came out. I don't know. There's just something that bugs me about it. It's this whole dress thing that just kind of like throws it all off. Yeah, I can see what they were trying to do, but they didn't execute it very well, in my opinion. So, yeah. And standing her is obviously an issue. It always looks good on camera. Shout out to Robo. Everything does what it's supposed to on camera, or vice versa. So we're going to take the Batman here. And since she's got those high heels, she's going to be pretty tall, as you can see. And let's go ahead and pop off his head. Put on this one. So that looks pretty cool. If I had the other Harley Quinn, I'd do that for you guys, but I don't. So there's that. But that about wraps it up for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to click like, subscribe, leave me a comment. If you are, I guess, a Turbo Harley Quinn fan like Ernie is, this is definitely a cop for you. For me, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not really... I think I could have bought something else, to be completely honest. So unless it's like, Suicide Squad is your jam, then definitely get it. Other than that, I would say probably pass on this. It's, unless she's literally just going to be standing in a display on a shelf like that, then yeah, probably pick it up. So that wraps it up, guys. Thanks for watching.